Hello guys and welcome back to the video. In our last video, we managed to get the password to get from level 3 to level 4, and now in this video we'll be solving another challenge from the Over the Wire Bandit Lab series, and we'll try to get the password to get from level 4 to level 5. The first thing, let's go over to the Bandit page and see what the level requires us to do. So the level goal for this one is the password for the next level is stored in the only human readable file in the in here directory. If your terminal is messed up, try the reset command. I hope we won't need that. But let's grab the password for level 4 that we obtained in the last video and let's log in. As you can see, I have already logged in as the user Bandit4. If you have not, you can pause the video and log in. And once you're done, we can move ahead. So the first thing that you must know is that when this level refers to human readable files, it refers to the file that is in plain text or an ASCII file. So there are a few things that we need to do. There is a very simple way of finding out what the human readable file is. But before we get to that method, I want that we go ahead and manually, enumerate all of those files and find out what we're looking for. And then after that, I'll give you a one-step, one-line command that you can use in these kinds of situations to ease your way through the levels. First of all, since we're logged in as the Bandit4 user, let me say ls, and there we have the in here directory. Let's go in there and let's see what it has for us. I'll do ls again. So we have 9 different files. Let's try, to cat out the contents of the first file. Do this. If I know how to type. And you can see it's something that it's not in plain text. Definitely it has a lot of symbols that are not even rendered on our terminal. So I'll just go ahead, I'll clear these and I'll just say ls again. Now what you want to do is let's try and find out the type of files these are. For doing this, we can use the file command. Okay, so the way you use this is you just write file and you specify the file name. So let me try this. Let me see what it gives us. So it says that it's data. It's not an ASCII file that we're looking for. Let's go ahead and manually do all of this, even though it's not necessary, but it's important that you remember. But it's important that you remember this so that this kind of builds a habit of trying to enumerate and going through these things manually so that you can understand what's actually happening. So I'll just speed up the video here a little bit. I'll just jump forward to when we are done enumerating, but you can take your sweet time, going all through all of these. And once you're done, now, if you reached here, you see that file number 7, which is file 07, is ASCII text. Let's see if we can cat that out. So I'll just say cat file 07, and there we have it. It's clearly the password we require to go on to the next level. Now, before we move on from this part, there's a very simple way you can use There's a very simple way that you can use to do all of this without typing everything out manually. And this is done using the grep command. Let's just say if there were 100 files instead of 10, you wouldn't be enumerating through all of those. So there are 2 things that I would like you to be introduced to. The first one is the grep command, obviously, and the second one is the pipe symbol. So it's located usually above the enter key and it looks like this. Okay, I think I made a mistake. Oh, sorry. You have to push shift and that key, not enter and that, dummy. So this is the symbol that we're looking for. This is what we call the pipe symbol. Okay. And what this does is, let's say, let me show you through an example. Okay. So I'll just clear this mess out. And let's say I do something like this file.txt, even though this doesn't mean anything. And let me give this to a command. All right. So what this pipe symbol does is, it will take the output of this command, which is where we are just, displaying the contents of the file.txt file. It will take the output of that, and it will pass it to the command that is followed after the pipe as an input. Okay, so it's just like something that's coming out of this will go into the next command as an input. This is all the pipe command does. The pipe symbol does, actually. And let me walk you through with the grep command now. Before we do that, I have a simple little demo for you. So I have created a file that I have called ferry.txt. So I'll just show you the contents of that file. So if you do this, oh wow, I need to get out of this one. Let me see if I can switch it to a new tab. All right. So inside the Bandit directory, let me just make this a little bit bigger. I have created a file that's called ferry.txt. I'll show you the contents of that, and then I'll explain what the grep command actually does. So we have 3 lines over here. The first one is I am ferry. Second one is I love Linux, and third one is I love gaming. So I use Windows as well. I know, right? Now, what we can do is, instead of, let's just say if this was a very large file with a lot of lines, and I just wanted to get the line in which the word Linux is mentioned. What I could do is, and I'll explain this command to you, we can do get ferry.txt. We use the pipe symbol to send the output of this to the next command, and we say grep -i Linux. Now, what this command does is, it will, first of all, the first part will do the same thing that we did just above here. It will just get out all the contents of the file. It will send all those contents to the grep command. Now, the grep command is something that you use to get specific items out of a file and display only those items based on the conditions that you have provided over here. So the -i flag stands for case insensitive. So as you can see, I have written LINUX, which is all in lowercase, and in the file, the Linux word is mentioned with an L with an uppercase. To ignore all of those things and just get the lines with the word Linux out, I use the case insensitive character, and just see what happens. When I press enter, it gave the line highlighting the word Linux. This is all the magic that you need to know in case you're dealing with very large files and you want to get out very specific type of contents. Now, coming back to our previous terminal, let's use this same logic to, get the only human readable file that we have in this directory. So what we're going to do is, we're going to use the command that we've been using, which is file command. And we'll be using the current directory symbol as well, because we know that all the files have a dash in front of their names. And instead of specifying a specific file, let me just do this. All right, so the asterisk symbol, what it does is, it will get all the files in the current directory, and the file command will return us all of the file types that we're having over there. Then again, we use the pipe symbol, we use grep -i, and we mention sky. Okay, the reason that we do is, As we saw in our previous outputs, whenever it was giving us back the file type for file number 7 as ASCII, the A was capital. So I mentioned that we want to use the case insensitive flag so that whatever file is ASCII, it is printed to us without any omissions. Now, if I would just hit enter, it will directly give us that file number 7 is of the type of ASCII text. This is a very simple way, and you'll be using the grep command a lot as we go on, and even in your career, in your journeys. So it's very important that you understand that what's actually happening over here. There was a time when I was learning Linux around a few years ago. It was just a casual hobby that I just picked up, and I came across this command, and I was so confused about what this actually did. But now that I'm clear about it, it's simple. You're just passing the output of the first command as an input to the second command. That's it. The flags, whatever syntax is, you can always search it up on Google or whatever ChatGPT or something that you use. But it's important that you understand what this thing does. As long as you understand that, you can always look up the syntax and the commands that you have to use. It's very simple. Cybersecurity is research based, obviously. All right, enough with the yapping. I think let me just grab the password for the file again so that we don't lose it. And once we're done with that, let's move on to the next level.